Some of you have asked me how I split up the seasons for my seasonal decorating now that I don't do like every little season. I used to do, Memorial Day and 4th of July and Easter and Valentine's. So I keep it really simple now. And what I do is from January to June, I bring in, it's more fresh. It's think of like an atmosphere that's alive, that's producing vitality, that's clutter-free. It's not prompting like laying around. It's not promoting too much coziness, just enough to relax here and there. But it's fresh. It's like a rhythm of you're active, you're focusing on your well-being, you're focusing on your health, you're growing your businesses, you're transforming your life. So you're using that part of the year to really up your game, to really cultivate and build relationships and feel alive and feel full of vitality. If you have an environment that makes you feel, our environments play such a big role in how our day-to-day life. You could walk into a room and be like, oh my gosh, this is so cozy, I just want to lay around and cuddle up. And that's fine if you are active and you're going hard maybe at work and you need a place to come home to rest and relax. But I work from home, homeschool, so I'm home all the time basically. So I want my space to wake me up. Most of the time I have upbeat music on and I like it fresh. I like the windows open. I want it light. I don't want it dark and dim. I have a routine where I light candles in the morning, obviously springy, non-toxic candles this time of year, but I keep it really fresh and lively. That's why I look for pieces right now that are oh, this is interesting. This is, it's sparking creativity. So from January to June, you're in this rhythm of you're upbeat, you're growing, you're cultivating, you're active, you're getting outside, you're really just in a simple kind of time. You're juicing, you're eating fresh, whole, healthy food. That's the organic modern kind of vibe, is whole, simple foods. I don't do big crock pots, air fryers, and a bunch of kitchen gadgets. I personally think it's unnecessary. I don't like to spend hours in the kitchen. My husband cooks and grills the meat, and then we eat it for a few days, and then he'll cook some more meat, and then we eat it, and we just prepare the side dishes with it, fruits, veggies, carbs, things like that, and keep it really fresh and simple. Accessible beverages, in Arizona, we need a lot of hydration, so I do a lot of electrolytes, salt electrolytes, different things like that. We constantly have to stay hydrated, and sometimes water's just not enough, so we keep that stuff on hand at all times. Teas, he likes coffee. You've seen a little coffee bar that I made for him. I don't drink coffee, but I am a big tea drinker, so drink teas and stuff like that. So we keep everything really accessible, so it's not hours, oh, I got to prepare this whole thing. It's just easy, grab and go type stuff. Same for the kids. They get grab and go yogurts. They know how to prepare most of their food now. So that's really that season from January to June. And then from July to the end of the year, so you're splitting it up into two big years, or two big parts. July through the end of the year. Now this is where you're going to bring in some cozier vibes. This is where you're going to switch from that go, go, go to more of a nourishing, nurturing kind of season. You're cultivating more maybe of a rest season, maybe of learning with, reading and catching up on some relationships, girl nights and more calm times, I guess. So this is where you would bring in more of the cozy layers. You would bring in more of if you're doing non-toxic candles, you're going to bring in more of that really nice, maybe apple cider scent. You're going to warm up the tea. So it's just a different, you're still active, but in a different way. So you're not not working out at all. You're just in a different way, kind of switching. I do a lot more baths during that time. I do a lot more self-care, a lot more game nights with the family, and just different things. I still don't do crock pots and big things like that. We still keep the food fresh, but we might bring in a little, you change the food with the seasons a little bit, but it keeps it really simple. So for fall, I bring out my fall stuff early. I bring it out in July. That's when I like to kind of tone things down and really bring in those warm colors, those browns and plums and deep colors. Since I don't decorate for Halloween, that saves me a ton of money. And then I start Christmas really early because I like to end the year with that really vibrant, abundant, cozy, go a little bit more maximal. I like to have a few trees, not just one. That's the time where I like to get really creative. A lot of Christmas shows, a lot of Christmas crafts. And we take off schooling during that time too, because I homeschool straight through the summer. So let me back up. So January to June, fresh, light, airy, crisp, healthy. You're focused on wellness. Maybe you're getting appointments taken care of. Business, you're cultivating, you're learning. Maybe you're starting some new classes. Like, this is really the season where you're alive. You're feeling vital. You're at your peak. And then July to the end of the year, this is where you go into more of a nurturing season, gentle season. And you can, bring fall in whenever you want, or it's standard to bring fall in like September or whatever. Well, by the end of September, I'm already ready for Christmas, because I like to really stretch that. I like to have 3 months of Christmas, because in December, I'm just celebrating the whole month, and then I start my reset at the beginning of the year. So this is what works for me. I find it's a really beautiful rhythm, because you're not moving from one season to the next as quickly. So you're not going from Christmas to Valentine's to St. Patrick's Day to New Year's to Memorial Day to 4th of July. You're just kind of in a slower flow, where you are intentional about what you're doing in that season. That's why I give myself 6 months to really move throughout that season and get done what I want to get done, because then I'm not rushed. It also might be a little bit different depending on where you live. Like, for example, we don't have much of a fall. It's still warm in that time, so I don't let the outside temperature dictate really what I'm doing. I just stay in my own season in my home. But that's probably why you see different things on my page, because it goes with the season, kind of reflects how I'm feeling and how my family's feeling and how we're moving and grooving through life and what we're doing. And so right now it's really a time of simplifying, not a lot of fuss. Everything is easily accessible. It's about, a simple elevated lifestyle. And then again, July, we cozy it down, kind of bring it all in. And that's when I shift into a little bit more of that cozy season, cozy vibe. This also helps you save a ton of money, because you're not rushed to buy seasonal decorative things like plastic topiaries, plastic bunny topiaries, and just all of these different things that it's just in my opinion, it can get a bit wasteful, because you're constantly changing out those cheap things, thinking that you're saving money because it's cheap. In reality, you're not. It'd be better to invest in pieces that are more versatile, that you can use all seasons. So I pull out a lot of the same things throughout the seasons. I might use it in the spring, and then I'm going to use it in the fall with different vases. You can put cherry blossoms for the spring, and then you can put some fall foliage in the fall in the same vessel. So those are pieces that you want to invest in, and the pieces that'll last, that will look good, that are classic and never go out of style. So use this time as a little bit of a reset season. You can purge your closets, clean your kitchen. This is a really good time to really go through and say, what do I need all of these gadgets and gizmos and different things in my kitchen? How can you simplify and pull out the medicine cabinets and your vitamin cabinets and your pantry and all of these things that we just collect, and free yourself from that. This is a really great time to just get fresh perspective, reset your life, reset your home, reset your closets. Don't hold on to things that you think you're going to wear that you haven't worn in 5 years. Just let it go. You're going to feel so much better. It's going to be liberating, and it's going to help things start moving a little bit quicker in your life as well.